This will be limited, but he is starting after missing the first game. This is a consensus pick to win it all. The Lakers, they have 4 future Hall of Famers on this team.
Well, unbelievable the talent they have on the floor. The key remains how well they play with one another.
That's the chemistry. That will be interesting. Here's Karl Malone, who was an assist short of a triple-double in the first game. Rebound comes off to Stephon Marbury, who's averaging 24 points in the first 2 contests. He's going to try to strike first. Left it a little bit short. And it'll be Laker ball.
Well, you know, the key thing there, and Stephon has been very good at this, is not to take quick shots. The Lakers will love for you to take quick shots because they feel like offensively they can outperform you on their end of the floor. So the Suns have to be very patient.
This Laker team trying to work out all the little wrinkles, but you got to figure that they are going to be there at the end. It'll be fun to watch them. Here's Gary Payton, who 12.5 years was with the Sonics. Devin George, and George is able to get the first basket of the ball game. It's 2-0.
The wild card for this team going into this year, who would play well at small forward? Devin George, 7 for 9 in the first game for 16 points. He is the guy they're going to try to get off early because they feel like their small forward position is their weakest.
Kobe Bryant picking up the foul. Kobe guarding Stephon Marbury, 2 of the best going after each other in this game. You just wonder, Kobe coming off the knee surgery, he's lost some weight. I just wonder how good a shape he's in.
Well, you know, and the Suns have to take advantage of him. He's guarding Stephon, answering the challenge, so we will see how well he can perform.
Nice spin move by Shawn Marion, and the Suns have tied it up at 2. Here's Devin George, who signed a big contract a year ago. Had kind of a disappointing campaign, but he's in the starting lineup now, at least until Rick Fox comes back from his injury. And they try to feed inside to Payton, and we're going to have a foul on the Suns. Violet Palmer, Tom Washington, and Derek Collins, the 3 officials. Marbury with a foul.
Well, you know, Shawn Marion has to be aggressive and go to the basket. The Lakers have scouted him well. They want to really put pressure on him to make him put the ball on the floor. Shawn did just that.
Payton, 35 years old, brings it over to Devin George, and another foul away from the ball. And the Suns can't afford to get into foul difficulty, as they got into foul difficulty in that game with the Spurs, and that's Stoudemire's first foul.
And you're right, especially Amari and Jake Voskuhl, because those are the Suns' main big guys. And unlike the San Antonio game, where they fouled out in the 4th quarter, Suns still had a chance to win. Against the Lakers, it'll be extremely tough.
Here's the mailman, Malone. He gets it off to Shaq. Shaq just backs over Amari. He just muscled it in.
Well, 2 things happened there. Amari gave him good position, which most people do give up to him, but also the first foul, he did not want to pick up the second.
And it comes into Voskuhl, backdoor to Johnson. Joe Johnson struggling in the shooting, has that ball blocked. Up it comes to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, who is the X factor, of course, having that sexual assault trial ahead of him. You wonder how he can focus. Here's Malone, and we've seen that a few times.
Well, you know, you can't watch defensively because they have such an array of offensive talent on the floor. I don't care. You have to be worried about your man as well as trying to help out defensively.
Lakers have hit 3 of their first 4. That'll be knocked out of bounds and go to the Suns. Eddie, you were saying before the game, you did not realize how big Shaq is until he was standing alongside Karl Malone before the game.
Unbelievable. I mean, you know, if you look at Karl, and you know, everyone has seen him in the Utah Jazz uniform, normally the biggest guy on the floor. But with Shaq out there, I mean, Karl looks like a 2-guard.
That's right, and Shaq got a piece of that one. Amari wanted to call, and he didn't get it. And up it comes to Payton, the glove, a legendary defender. Blocked by Amari at the other end. Malone now will try to hit one from outside. Shaq muscles it inside. He's going to be fouled. Voskuhl picks up the foul, a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, you know, getting havoc already in the ball game. Amari Stoudemire, nice move. Shaq gets away with a hit on the elbow. He gets the superstar call, and then on the other end, once he catches the ball in the paint, it's all but over. I mean,
big-bodied, and they are physical.
You know, they struggled in the preseason. I thought they were overpassing the basketball. They were giving into one another, and it seems like they've gotten it together. And the Suns are going to have to do a good job defensively, Gary, in recognizing situations and attacking it. They will double Shaq. They will not double Karl Malone.
So Shaq with the 3-point play, Mark. Quick turnaround jumper, not there. Malone with a rebound. Here comes Payton. What a career he's had. He's gone to 9 straight All-Star games. He led the Sonics in almost every statistical category when he's finally traded to Milwaukee and played a half year with the Bucks. Here's Payton backing in on Marbury, and the rebound ripped by Amari Stoudemire. Suns would like to run at every opportunity.
They like to run, and they need a good shot here.
And there he bounces off of Shaq. Amari was knocked backwards and then altered his shot.
Well, Amari has to understand he's not going to get that call against Shaquille O'Neal. He has to be patient and attack him and try to get all the way to the basket.
Suns are 1 of 6 for the field right now. Payton goes inside. Good defense that time by Marbury. Laker ball with 12 to shoot. I'll tell you what, Amari always has a lot of respect for Shaquille O'Neal, but you certainly cannot be in fear of him. And that last play, O'Neal just bodied him out of there.
Well, you can't attack his body. I mean, if you attack Shaq's body, you're going to fall backwards.
Kobe misses his first shot over the back now. A foul against the Lakers. Violet Palmer's going to check it to be sure they got the right guy. It's going to be Karl Malone.
Well, let's see if the Suns can get some ball movement. I mean, over the back right here, you know, and Karl Malone is going to go for a lot of rebounds because he's not going to get many shots in this offense, and you know he's point hungry. Suns need to get a good shot here at the bucket.
They need a basket. They've gone through a long scoring drought, and it will not go for Shawn Marion. Rebound clear by Kobe. Here comes Kobe getting some boos in the background. It'll be interesting to see what his reception will be as he goes through the league. And, boy, I just can't imagine what he must be going through privately as he tries to play this game of basketball. Here is Bryant now with 7 on the shot clock. They cut him off 4 on the shot clock. Skip pass comes into the corner to Devin George at the 3. And good defense that time by the Suns.
Excellent defense. You want George to be the guy that beats you.
Here's Marbury trying to shake Payton, uses a screen by Bosco and was able to produce 2.
Defensively here, the Suns have to find a way to regain the rhythm.
Here's Payton down, and Payton is really forcing the issue, Eddie. He's taking it right at the Suns.
Well, you know, Gary said, Phil Jackson told him, push the ball at every opportunity. The triangle is not important.
Marbury slips and hits the floor hard. Up it comes to Kobe Bryant. Payton down there, tipped outside to Karl Malone. They have a fresh 24 on the shot clock. And it comes to Shaq. And what do we got here? A foul on Bosco again? He was trying to body Shaq. It is on Bosco.
Well, you know, obviously this is not a great matchup for the Suns, but they have to find a way to deal with it. Not only now do we have to deal with Shaquille O'Neal, but Karl Malone as well. And so it's very difficult mentally for you because defensively you have to be alert at all times, and that's what the coaching staff told me before the game. It's going to be a challenge for the Suns just to pay attention and make the corrections defensively.
And there is a very costly foul. Amari Stoudemire trying to keep Malone from going inside, picks up his second. He'll have to come out of the game. Tom Gugliotta coming in, and Eddie, they're already over the team foul limit.
Again, good movement and a physical presence and a reputation. Those are the things right now that have gotten the Lakers to this situation. But Amari being a young player, he's fell for it.
Yeah.
And defense of Frank Johnson, who is he going to put Amari on? I mean, it's either Shaquille or it's Karl Malone. And Amari has to understand that, knowing he cannot get in foul trouble. And that was a silly foul the second one.
Well, Malone gets to the free throw line as well as anybody in the league. And he's a good free throw shooter. Last year at 76%, but he missed that one. But what I'm seeing here is what is concerned, I know Frank Johnson, a lot of the Suns, is the interior defense, the small lineup. How do you play teams like this?
Well, you know, you want them to shoot jump shots. I mean, and the Suns will double Shaquille O'Neal, but they haven't been able to do it so far because of transition.
8-point lead, the biggest, and then Marbury flashes to the hole and cuts into that. It's a 6-point game. Stephon Marbury now 2 of 3, and they come right back. I tell you what, Gary Payton looks like he's fit in very well with the Lakers, don't you think?
He really has. I mean, he's a great player, and so he knows how to play the game. And that's the important thing, and that's why they went after him.
And not only can he score, but he's a great defensive player. Now, Marbury is starting to carry the Suns. He's kind of taking it over right now. Cuts it back to a 6-point game with 6.5 minutes to go. High energy game. Both these teams have been going breakneck speed, and Kobe is able to connect from outside.
Well, you know, you really don't want to get him going, and I know he's getting some boos here, but the guy's oblivious to anything. I mean, they have been in pressure-packed situations.
And here's Marbury again. His ball was deflected. I think Frank thought there might have been a piece of Marbury hit on that shot, but no call. And here's Payton now picked up by Joe Johnson. Back door, Devin George. That's what Payton does well. He has great vision outside.
Again, I just talked about it, Gary, is that you have to be a good, solid individual defender against this team because you can't help much, but you have to be alert. And backdoor plays is costing the Suns right now.
Look at the points in the paint, 12 by the Lakers. Out it comes, deflected by Peyton. Marbury's able to retrieve. They swarm him. Off it comes to Gugliotta. Gugliotta to Bosco. Bosco to the corner. Joe Johnson needs a shot, and he got it as the shot clock was winding down. That could be a confidence builder.
It really can. I mean, that's the longest shot Joe Johnson has made this season so far. I mean, everything else has been around the basket.
Fulton Holmes proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donating another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities. That ball batted out. 14 on the shot clock now for the Lakers. What I see here is not only are the Lakers physical, but they really got this game at the pace they want right now.
And they're excellent passers. And that's the important part. You can't allow Shaq to get there. It's over.
There's Jake getting knocked down. Shaq goes up again, deflected out. And whose ball is it? It's going to be L.A. ball. 22 now on the shot clock.
As I was saying, they're a great passing team. In their last ball game, those top three players, Peyton, Malone, and Shaq, had 23 assists combined, and they had 32 assists total on 45 baskets. So they're doing an excellent job of moving the ball.
And they're out rebounding the Suns right now, 10-3. Here's the Shaq man, who's a lot lighter than he was a year ago, and he's on a mission to be the MVP again. Peyton misses. Shawn Marion to the rebound. Shawn Marion would like to get out and run. The last two games, Shawn has started very slowly offensively for the Suns.
Yeah, and he talked to me before the game, and he said he had to get himself going. And, you know, I don't worry about Shawn. You know, eventually he's going to get his rhythm. It's just early in the season.
And there's the three, and it's not there. Gooch tries to save, but to the wrong color jersey. Here comes the mailman, who's in phenomenal shape, 40 years old, and he says he feels at least 20 years younger.
Well, he looks 20.
Here's Peyton bringing it out to the mailman. Kobe trying to move against Shawn Marion, 9 on the shot clock. He pulls up. Well, it just shows you don't have to play in the preseason. Kobe Bryant just comes in and looks like the Kobe Bryant of old.
You know, let's face it. I mean, the guy is probably the second best player in the game next to Shaquille O'Neal. So, you know, you're talking about a guy that's been there and done it, and the Suns have to be wary of him.
Here's Marbury, gets it to Bosco, and Bosco, he does as good a job as anybody of flashing to the hole on a pass, able to finish there.
Well, you know, they recognize Stephon is hot. There's the fire, and Stephon, a good pass to Jake Bosco, rolling to the basket.
2013, the Lakers, 4 minutes to go in a frenzy of a first quarter. And that's going to be a foul on Gugliotta across the arms of Karl Malone. And so the first substitution now for the Lakers. Derek Fisher will come in, and they're going to have to watch the minutes of Kobe Bryant. He cannot be in basketball shape.
No, he's not. And, you know, you come off a knee surgery, you know, you might feel like that knee is strong, but it gets weaker as the game goes on. And, you know, I guarantee you, if they didn't have Karl Malone and Gary Payton, he'd still be in the game. You know, I mean, so Phil Jackson has that luxury now of really taking it slow with him, unlike years past.
Hey, do you see Karl Malone's shoes? How about those shoes, Eddie?
You know, I don't understand shoes today anyway. I mean, you know, what about just the basic shoes? You wonder why guys have foot problems. I mean, it looks like he should be going to a boxing ring right now. Those does not look like basketball shoes. He should be fighting Tyson or somebody right now.
Well, he gets both free throws.
Yeah, he probably could fight Tyson.
I don't think Tyson would take him on, no. I don't think anybody would. Here is Marbury, the teardrop, not able to get it. Rebound by Malone. Out it comes to Peyton. Peyton keeps the issue going, takes it inside, and he'll go to the line. I tell you what, they let you get one shot, and you're done, and out they go.
Now, you know, in the past, the Lakers would never run the ball like this. The Lakers strictly walk it up, triangle-type team. Rebound, Karl Malone kicks it out. Gary Payton's right there, and he's pushing the basketball. And this is what's going to make the Lakers more dangerous, is the fact that now they can get easy baskets. So the Suns defensively, they have to be wary not only of half-court defense, they have to get back, and they have to keep a balanced flow. How do you do that? You have to take good shots.
Now the Lakers are 5 of 6 from the line. The Suns have not taken a free throw in this first quarter. As Peyton there again, he was a 71% free throw shooter last year. Penny Hardaway's coming to the game. Zarko Jabarkova is getting ready to come in for the Suns, a rookie. Joe Johnson, who hit that three earlier, and that's got to be encouraging for everyone. Now goes in, tries to get it to Gugliotta, a little out of control, and they throw it away.
You know, when defenses collapse, you know, in defense of Joe Johnson, his teammate, you got to give him an area to get the ball to you. And right now, I saw 4 Suns players collapsing with Joe Johnson, which did not give him a good angle to pass the ball.
Jabbarkabou's come into the ball game. What's your feelings about this rookie?
Very aggressive. You know, maybe he has to calm down a little bit. He has the skills, as we saw late in the game against the Cavaliers, but has to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, he had 6 turnovers in the first game of the year. Not shooting well, but you can see it, enormous potential. That basket will not count. It's going to be a foul before the shot. It's going to be on Gugliotta. I tell you, it's a helpless feeling to be a Gugliotta or a Voskuhl trying somehow to hang in there with Shaquille O'Neal.
You know, these are nights when you say you sit in the locker room before the game and you get taped up and you say, you know what, I have to go to work tonight. And not only do I have to go to work, I'm going to be sore, very sore the next day. But this is why they pay him the big bucks, Gary.
Yep.
Go out there and take a beating from Shaquille O'Neal. And hopefully beat him up a little bit because, you know, he is human now. He can't be sore tomorrow. I don't know how sore, but.
This is the one area he's human in is free throws. He shot 62%, which is up a year ago. And here tonight, he's hit 2 of 2. He misses there. That's the only place he's mortal right now is the free throw department.
You're right. If the Suns had an extra 24 fouls, I guarantee they would send him there, but unfortunately they don't.
Biggest lead of the ball game now, an 11-point lead. Here's Shawn Marion into the corner now to Johnson. JJ can't get it. Goog tracks it down, puts it up. He hurried the shot. Jabbarkabou tried to follow. Derek Fisher saves it. Great hustle by Derek Fisher. Look at Payton, always forcing the envelope. Out it comes to Devin George. Malone will pull up and hit it.
You know, no triangle here. I mean, and that's what makes them more dangerous. I mean, in the past, you were able to get back and set up defensively with Gary Payton. I mean, they are in constant motion.
That's a good point. I wonder if Bill Jackson can even institute the triangle. These guys got so much talent. Here is Gugliotta missing the shot. Rebound by Malone. Or the Suns need some points. Scored only 13 points. And there's Payton rejected inside. Good defensive effort that time. And to you?
No, he's a basketball player, and so he's going to fit in anywhere. And the triangle offense teaches spacing. And when they push the ball, as they did right there, to get Karl Malone a
championship ring.
Yeah, and also they had about $40 million in the bank already.
There's Malone back to Payton. And Payton feeds it outside to Devin George. That's a 2. And George stroking the ball very well. 28-13.
So every shot that he shoots is going to be wide open. I mean, you know, he's the guy that they're going to lead.
15-point lead now. Devin George has hit 3 of his first 4 shots here tonight. A minute 49 left in this first quarter. Penny Hardaway trying to find some room. It's tough to find an open shot. Gugliotta, nice feed. Jabbarkabou reversed it. Nice job by Darko.
That's nice because Googs drew Shaq out to the perimeter, got around him, softened up the defense, was able to get the layup.
Payton brings it up to Derek Fisher. Fisher from the corner. Very good three-point shooter. Not this time. Joe Johnson now tries to force it the other way. But the Lakers get back defensively. There's this cross-court pass, dangerous pass, and George picks it off. Back it comes to Devin George. He's rewarded for the steal, and he hits the basket.
Well, he's feeling it. You know, first game he was 7 of 9. So he's in a little mini zone right now where anything that he touches, he feels like it's going to go in. I mean, last year he would have taken that ball all the way to the basket and maybe have gotten a charge. Now he's pulling up from 12 feet.
Yeah, he really had a disappointing year after signing that new contract, but he looks like a different player. That's a nice job by JJ. Taking it inside.
And see, that's the Joe Johnson we saw in the preseason. Very aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. Not the Johnson that we've seen so far, taking jump shots and not shooting the ball well.
Payton turned it over. That is their first turnover in this game with 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
Like as I stated, Joe Johnson, a great preseason, has struggled immensely the first 2 ball games, but this is where he is dangerous because he can handle the ball so well. 6'8", he can get to the rim and score.
You know, you've said this before, Eddie. When you're not shooting well, just take it inside until your shot comes back,
yeah,
right?
Because a couple of things are going to happen. One, well, 2 good things are going to happen. You might get someone in foul trouble. You get to the free throw line and regain your rhythm.
Marbury brings it off to JJ. JJ with 10 seconds on the shot clock out to Gugliotta. Feeds it in, and Penny's able to put it away. Nice pass by Gugliotta.
Well, Gugliotta can do that, and that's why Frank Johnson will put him on the floor, and that will keep Tom Gugliotta on the floor for extended minutes because of his ability to find open man, especially against a very difficult defense.
About 5 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock now. 8 on the shot clock. Off it comes off to Derek Fisher. He'll move in a little closer this time and try a 2, and he got it. He's a little bulldog. I tell you what, Derek Fisher will fight you. He's undersized in a lot of ways, especially defensively, but he'll take the tough shot. Here's Marbury with the 3. An air ball with 5/10 of a second left in the quarter. So it has been a clinic in this first quarter by the Lakers as Horace Grant brings it in.
Offensively, it has. I mean,
Jacobson is coming to the ball game for the first time. So they have Penny along with Marbury, Gugliotta, and Shawn Marion as we open the second quarter. And also Kareem Rush has come in along with Brian Russell, the former Utah Jazz, and there's Penny able to step back and hit one.
And I think patience is going to help Penny Hardaway because he's adjusting to coming off the bench, being a 6th man, not used to that. But his value is right what he did right there, get this team going offensively.
Kobe not able to connect, and Brian Russell, who used to play with Karl Malone for so many years in Utah, saved it. There's KC, had it for a moment, and it's going to be Suns ball. You know, you look at this Laker team, they've got guys who have won it. Here's Grant, who's won some rings. They've got Malone and Payton wanting to do that. We know about Shaq and Kobe. I mean, these guys have been there and done it.
Yeah, you know, and the key here is how the Suns play against the Lakers bench. I mean, obvious when they go against the starters, it's a tough job. But this is when the Suns need to make up distance right here against the Lakers' second unit.
Gooch needs that shot to go. He really needs that one to go. You really keep hoping that it's all going to come back to him after ravaging that knee a couple of years ago. That foul is going to go inside on Gooch, and that'll be 3 on him. He's going to have to come out of there. Chabarkable will come in. So Gooch in a little bit of foul difficulty. Chabarkable was in briefly in that first quarter of play. Derek Fisher will bring it back to Kobe Bryant. Horace Grant coming over as a free agent from the Orlando Magic, his second stint with the Lakers. Kobe gets Chabarkaba in the air, and Zarko got a piece of it. Zarko did not see that over Europe, that kind of a fake maybe that Kobe just gave him.
Well, if he continues to guard Kobe, there's a lot of things he's going to get used to in a hurry. But you see what Phil Jackson is doing here, and he understands that he has to find a way to get Kobe Bryant his shots. So what he does in the second unit, he has them out here with basically guys that are role players, guys that aren't going to get it done one-on-one, and he's going to create for himself. And this is a way that he's going to have to deal with all year of trying to find ways to get his 4 top guys consistent shot opportunities.
Well, Phil Jackson said this may be one of the biggest challenges I have, to blend all these egos and styles, and I wouldn't bet against him, would you?
Well, you know, he's won championships. He understands how to get it done, and I won't be surprised if he doesn't struggle at all with it. But the Suns have to find a way here to get a good rhythm going now before that nucleus gets back on the floor.
Marion's flashing inside, pulls up, tough break on the shot, and it's going to be off of the Suns. Laker ball. Tell you, when you go to the hole, as example there, they come after you and couldn't get the shot to go. Marion is 1 of 4 down for the field. 33-21 Lakers. Lakers have a game tomorrow night against Golden State, a back-to-back affair. That foul is going to go on Marion. The Suns have committed 11 fouls in this game. The Lakers 2.
Well, they have to do a better job of moving their feet. And again, you can't worry about someone else's opponent that they're guarding. You have to make sure you stop your guy. And right now, the key guy is obviously Kobe Bryant for Shawn Marion.
And Marion trying to track the All-Star. Brings it out to Derek Fisher. 5 on the shot clock. 3. Fisher's going to try the left-handed shot. Long rebound out to Kareem Rush. So they'll reload. Just an unfortunate bounce at times. 7 offensive rebounds now for the Lakers. Here's Kareem Rush. Second-year man out of Missouri. Bad-looking shot. Chabarkaba comes up with it. This guy can handle it, can't he, for a 6'11 guy?
He can do a lot of things out there. Before it's over, he's going to be a very good ball player.
I like this move. A little bit hung up, but he got it to Casey Jacobson, and He can't get it to go. And rebound, Sean Marion. He's fouled. Good hustle by the Suns.
Well, the soft shot of Casey Jacobson gave Sean Marion an advantage over Horace Grant. I mean, Horace Grant initially will be able to block out Sean. But when that ball bounded up twice, that eliminated Horace Grant. Those old legs wouldn't allow him to jump. And the jumping jack just went right over the top of him.
Well, he's 38 years old. Now Shaq comes back in. Brian Russell will leave. Here comes Voskuhl in for Chabarkaba. And so the Suns now getting Voskuhl in there because Shaq has come back in at the 9:31 mark. Look at the difference in the starting forwards thus far. The Lakers definitely getting the advantage there. Suns forward shooting only 1 of 7. Here's Marbury, another air ball. That's 2 of them he's had in the game. And Marion saved it off for Horace Grant. The Suns are going to get it back with 14 to shoot.
Well, you know, the Suns are going to continue to take outside shots unless they find a way to penetrate and kick the basketball. I mean, that is the only way you're going to break this Laker defense. They are not going to allow you to really have your way offensively. You have to find a way to break that defense down.
Devin George comes in replacing the veteran Grant. Here's Penny going inside. Penny had to hurry the shot, couldn't get that one to go. And here come the Lakers the other way. The Lakers last year winning 50 games, but eliminated in the semifinals by the Spurs. There's Kobe, has it deflected out. Good defense by the Suns. Tried to feed Sean Marion, a foul on Kareem Rush. Rush went up against him and made body contact. Suns are right now playing awfully hard. They just need some success.
Yeah, and still early in the ball game, only down 12 points, and the Suns will make a run. And defensively, they have to continue to do just what they did. Force turnovers and try to get out and get easy opportunities.
Suns 1 of 6 here, shooting wise in the second quarter. 9 minutes left in it. Off it comes to Penny, comes across the paint, double pumps inside, reversed it. Beautifully done.
Penny kept his balance that time, had a lot of Lakers around him, but was able to right himself and put it up and in. Nice move.
You know, Eddie, you talk a lot about guys with basketball IQs. He has got that. He knows how to play the game, and there's a case of Shaq in too deep. You can't do anything.
Yeah, and the smartest thing about Shaq right now is the fact that he can just go right in the middle of the paint and get the basketball. And I think it's smartness on his teammates' part because they know what they better do.
Shaq with 8 points. Voskuhl with the left hand off the glass. So the Suns now starting to find some ways to score some points. They had 19 points in that first quarter. 35-25. They've cut it to 10. They've trailed by as many as 15. Kareem Rush leaning inside and got it over the front of the rim.
So he's the biggest guy out here. You're not going to take it from him. He can see the floor well, so you have to make sure you body up.
Marbury with Fisher on in. Fisher now to Stephon Marbury. Marbury 3 of 8 from the field, has 6 points in the game. Voskuhl will hand it off to him. Marbury trying to shake Fisher and does. Nice looking shot.
Nice floating shot, floating away from the defense, and a very difficult shot to execute.
Fisher brings it out to Devin George, who came out of a Division III school, Augsburg College. Shaq backdoor to Kobe, stolen by Sean Marion. Good heads-up defensive effort. That was a major league defensive play there. Voskuhl now, bring it outside to Penny. Marbury with Devin George on him, gets a screen from Voskuhl. 8 to shoot, brings it out to Jake. Jake with a lot of tall people around him. 4 seconds, he got George to foul him. Suns stayed with it, and they got the foul.
Patience, and that's what you have to have against this defense, is patience and then an ability to get your shot off. And this guy right here can get his shot off against anyone when he's under control. Derek Fisher right on the top of it, but did not bother Stephon. He drained it.
Non-shooting foul, and against the Lakers, that is their 3rd team foul. First foul on Devin George. Voskuhl looking into Marbury. Marbury working so hard right now. Gets it off to Jake. Jake open look. Doesn't get it. Rebound is cleared by Derek Fisher. Stephon is just working in a frenzy trying to get open.
Yeah, and that's the thing that bothers me at times is, you know, Malone easy layup there is the fact that Stephon works too hard, because you want him fresh in the 4th quarter, because everyone knows that if the Suns are close or they have the lead, you want the ball in his hands and you want him fresh.
Karl Malone with 9 points. He only has to average 12.3 the next 2 years to be the all-time leading scorer. And Marion just tomahawked that one in. What a play by Sean Marion, and the crowd responds. That's the highlight of this first half for the Suns.
Well, and mainly because he did it on a combination of Karl Malone, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant. Went right at all 3 of them and flushed it home.
And Bryant picked up the foul. I tell you, the Matrix is fun to watch.
You know, and if he goes to the basket like that all the time, he'll get to the free throw line. This is the first free throw the Suns will attempt in this ball game, and this is the 6:41 mark of the second quarter.
You bring up a great point. One of the things they want Sean to do is get to the free throw line. He's always had the label of not wanting to go in, being a little bit soft. He's gotten a little bit stronger, but in talking to Frank Johnson, he thinks Sean has lost some of the weight that he put on before the start of the preseason as he makes a three-point play.
Well, you know, his body is not made to hold on to it because he worked so hard. But I think Sean will learn if he gets to the free throw line, he'll have a tremendous amount of energy at the end of ball games.
And it comes now to Shaquille O'Neal. 6:29 left in this first half. And we're going to have inside a 3-second lane violation on Karl Malone. And Phil Jackson, the disdain at that particular call as he gives it back to the Suns. So the Suns, you get the sense, Eddie, are starting to settle in a little bit. Third turnover in this quarter now by the Lakers. Stephon has kind of led the charge with great energy on his part. Out it comes to Casey. They swing it around to Sean. Inside, beautiful pass, Penny to Casey, and the Suns climb closer. They trail by as many as 15. They've outscored the Lakers in this quarter 13-7. 39-32, they're back in it now. Here is the shot from outside by Payton, a three. Boy, he gets that shot off in a hurry.
Yeah, they don't let you relax. I mean, when they get in trouble, they go right to Shaq. The Suns had to collapse, and that freed Gary Payton for the wide open shot.
That's their first three of the night. The Lakers 1 of 5 behind the line. There's a hustle play by Kobe. He just took it away from Bosco to Payton. Payton running the floor, and he's rewarded with a basket.
Yeah, Kobe not recognizing who that was on the left side. Gary Payton probably has 2 dunks in his career. He threw the lob up there, but Gary was able to go get it and put it in.
So Gary Payton is off to a very good start. He has 10 points, double figures. He is a high-point man in the game. Off it comes to Marion. Marion looks at Shaq, goes in against him, and again, there's Shaq changing your shot, and there's a steal by Sean.
That's a good steal there, but Sean turned an easy shot into a difficult shot.
But the big man was there, and there's a three. Fulton Holmes proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities.
That's the shot he had early in the play before the steal. He turned it down and made a difficult shot. He has to play within himself.
You see the Lakers with 4 turnovers in this quarter. Shaq can't get the little jump shot. John Marion has 6 points in this quarter now. Suns looking much better. And it goes to Marbury, that little floater, which is so impossible to block and so very difficult to hit, but he knows how to do it.
Suns starting to break that defense down. And as the Lakers tire a little bit, Stephon's ability to get inside is going to pay dividends.
There's Payton inside, has it battered away. Suns trying to come up with it. We're going to have timeout called by the Lakers.
All the time. It's kind of making me sick a little bit, to tell you the truth.
Here's Payton bringing it out to the man we were talking about, Malone. Malone wearing number 11. Magic Johnson was going to let him wear his retired number 32, but he didn't want to take it. Here's Fisher, and Fisher pulls up and hits a 2.
You know, he might win 6th man of the year because he has an offensive mind, and he's going to get good shots. So, you know, he is going to come on the floor, and he's strictly looking to shoot the basketball.
And it comes to the corner to Casey Jacobson. 3:53 left in this first half. JJ back into the ball game, trying to shake the defender out to Marbury. A 3 by Stephon. He got it. A 3.
You know, Steph has really shot the ball well. I mean, subpar preseason, but those games don't mean anything. I mean, you turn the lights on. I mean, like he states, he just plays ball, and that's exactly what he's doing.
And inside, intended for Shaq. Good help defense that time. They collapsed on him. They poke it out with 15 on the shot clock. Stephon nailing one from outside.
Well, Joe Johnson, good penetration, drew Fisher, and gave Stephon the good look.
And Stephon buried it. It's a 6-point game. 13 on the shot clock now. You can see in this quarter the Suns doing well. 9 of 16 to the Lakers, 6 of 11. And there's Malone, not able to get it, and the Suns could get closer.
Well, defense and patience has enabled the Suns to get right back in it.
And there's Joe Johnson. He got it to Amari, just couldn't get the shot to go. Amari, of course, in foul trouble early in this ball game. Has not played very many minutes. He's 0 for 4 tonight. In it comes to Shaq, and it's over when he gets it there.
Well, you know, it's tough for Amari. I mean, he's on the court. He's playing with 2 fouls. He does not want to pick up his third. But yet, you have to be physical against Shaq. The officials will allow you to be physical.
Both Shaq now and Gary Payton lead with 10 points each. Into the corner to Penny Hardaway. Hardaway with a 2. Rebound comes out now to Devin George. From behind, Marbury going for the steal, but can't get there in time. Suns need to finish well in the last 2.5 minutes of this first half. And Malone inside, so they've got 2 point-blank shots the last 2 times down the floor.
Well, they have the 2 best post-up players in the NBA, and in the history of the NBA, they're in the top 5.
Yep.
I mean, so it's very difficult.
They just keep coming after you. You think you've got part of it shut down, and then somebody else pops up. Here is Johnson from outside, and Joe Johnson has hit another 3. Bolton Holmes proud to own the 3-point zone. Bolton Holmes donating another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities. And what a year it has been, and what a year it's going to be for him. Here is Payton going inside. Block. Good defense. And Devin George with a foul. And the Suns able to survive that trip down the floor. Here's Marbury. Brings it off now to Joe. Joe looking confident with a shot. Doesn't get it. And the rebound is cleared by Malone. Malone is a good rebounder. This guy averaged almost 8 rebounds a game last year. He gets inside now to Shaq. He was in so deep. I mean, it's just, he just hammers away at you in there.
And he has an internal clock. He knew that he was going to get a 3-second call, so he threw it up, but knowing that he was going to get the rebound. And that's the physical presence that every team in the league has to deal with.
They have 8 second chance points, 2 of them there by the Shaq man. 52-43. Johnson brings it out to Amari. Amari needs this.
And Amari worked on that shot before the game, and that's the shot that he's going to get all game long against Shaquille O'Neal, because he will refuse to come out and guard it.
First 2 points of the game. Amari's worked on the left hand. He's worked with a shot from 15 to 18 feet outside. Out it comes now to Devin George. 10 on the shot clock. Shaq, big jump step, and he gets the bounce.
Now, as a defender, when he makes that jump step, it is no way I'm going to stand there, because you know what? He's going to come down on your feet. So it forces you to back up. You better back up.
It's self-preservation, right? 54-45, 38 seconds left in this first half. Here's Fisher in the face of Marbury. Splits the defender. Goes up. Tough shot. Rebound to Shaq. Out they come now with 29 seconds. Fisher keeps going, and he's going to be fouled. It's either on Casey or Joe Johnson. It's going to be on Casey Jacobson.
Notice the Suns have talked about fast breaking, and fast breaking is very difficult. But what the Lakers are doing, which makes it easy, is their outlet passes are always around half court. And so that puts the pressure on the defense. Derek Fisher had an angle all the way to the basket. And that's the tough part about being a running team. And the Lakers so far in this game, they're getting it done by just kicking the ball out.
They are 8 of 12 from the free throw line now after that connection. Shaq's going to come out of the game. The Suns have taken only 1 free throw in this first half.
You can't beat great teams doing that. Now, you can beat Cleveland. You can beat Denver. But you can't beat the great teams by only getting 1 free throw. You have to get them in foul trouble. I mean, you have to force Phil Jackson to make some substitutions that he doesn't have over there already planned out.
Suns had 38 free throws to the Cavs 12 on Thursday night, but boy, it's a reverse role here. They're going to go now with about 2 seconds difference between the shot and the game clock. Clearing it out for Marbury. 5 on the shot clock. Up it comes down to Joe Johnson. 3 with 1, and a foul inside, and the Lakers don't like the call by Violet Palmer. They are all over that one.
And you know, it's hard to tell if the Lakers foul or not, because with the addition of Karl Malone and Gary Payton, they have the all definitely whining team. And I mean whining. And Phil Jackson stands up every now and then to whine. Derek Fisher, he always has a look of whining. So for the officials this year, it's going to be very difficult dealing with this Laker ball club.
Foul was on Derek Fisher. You sound like you don't like that whining that the Lakers do.
But you know it works. And so Gary Payton has made a living with his facial expressions. And I don't know if he intimidates officials, but I think he gets away with a lot of stuff because of his excessive whining. And then Karl Malone, he hasn't fouled anyone since he's been in the league.
Now, Trubanski has come to the ball game. Shaq has come back in with 3.7 seconds. You're assuming they're going to try to get this rebound, get it down to the big man. But interesting, they bring him in here with 3.7 seconds left in the half.
Well, they don't want the Lakers to take the ball out and throw the long pass to Shaq. And so Trubanski better do one thing, and that's stay between Shaq. Shawn Marion and Trubanski is guarding him right now.
So Shaq, who has no fouls in the ball game, they don't need to protect him foul-wise, so he goes back with 3.7 seconds. Joe Johnson's free throw. And here we go, 56-47, a baseball pass by Malone. Shaq and Kobe broken up by Casey Jacobson, and Phil Jackson, I guess he was just kind of planning ahead, see if he could find a play he could use later in the year.
Well, that's all.
The big guy inside.
Well, the Suns are going to count on 3 guys to score consistently, and that's Sean, Stephon, obviously, and Amari. And Amari has to be able to stay on the floor.
So here we go. Second half. Suns trying to win their second straight game at home. The Lakers trying to go to 2-0 before they go to play Golden State in a back-to-back game. As Joe Johnson can't get the shot to go, and the rebound is cleared by Kobe Bryant. Bryant in that first half, very quiet first half, 5 points, took only 5 shots. Here he is, bringing it outside now to Payton. Shaq trying to post up inside. They're waiting for him to find an opening with 9. Here's Kobe from the corner. And Amari fighting for the ball with Marion, and they lost it. That hurts. Boy, does that hurt.
Yeah, it really does, because every possession is valuable against a good team. And we're talking about a great team here because you want to be able to get as many shot opportunities as you can. And that is an unforced turnover, but also it's a hustle play. And I think you can live with that. 2 guys battling for the rebound.
Yeah, Frank Johnson trying to encourage him, smiling, just telling him to stick in there, hang in there. Some good things will happen. Here's Malone inside, and he's going to be fouled. One of the stories at halftime, and everybody you're talking to, no one can believe in what shape this 40-year-old guy is, Karl Malone.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you know, and that's why I consider him to be the greatest power forward to ever play the game, because he has played in 99% of the games available to him. You can't say that about many players that's come through this league. And he gets it done. His workout regimen in the offseason is a full work day. I mean, he works out 8 hours a day. And no way I would have done it. I'll tell you right now, flat out. I mean, it takes a special person to be able to do it. And the guy's body is carved up like he's 25 years old.
And he took a pay cut from about $19 million to $1.5 million because he wants the championship ring. And I think he's the world's fastest 40-year-old guy right now. Couldn't get the free throws, but they get the rebound. So the Suns not starting the second half the way they want to. A couple of missed opportunities. Here's Payton on a give back from Shaq. And the rebound is cleared by Amari Stoudemire. 10 offensive rebounds in this game for LA. 10:52 to go now in this third quarter, just underway. Glad to have you with us. We start another season, and Marion follows his own shot and can't get it. Tough break.
Probably should have came down, gathered himself, and laid it in. Sean is always too quick at times, and he gets himself in trouble. And Shaq again camping up down low.
Yeah, and just towers over Jake Bosco to slam it in.
But Jake has to meet him a little bit higher and just bang with him.
16 points for Shaq, and Amari flushes it. And Malone was underneath. And I'll tell you what, they say they need to watch Karl Malone. Amari does, to be a better player. When he took it right at the mailman there.
Well, Karl Malone normally on the poster, he got posterized right there himself. I mean, that is just right in his grill. You allow Amari to elevate, you should just take the ball out of bounds.
3-point play now for Stoudemire. 8-point game. You know, for as difficult as it's been, they're very much in this thing. Here is Kobe Bryant pulling up, and that's too easy.
I mean, that doesn't. I mean, that's, you can't allow that to happen. I mean, this guy can flat out shoot the ball. No one even guarded him.
And not for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, you know, one thing to have a hand in his face, and he still might drain it, but to allow him to come up and
get some energy here in this third quarter. If he can stay out of foul trouble, you get the sense that he, along with the big three, Marbury and Marion, can find a way to win this game. We've played 2 minutes here in the third quarter. There's Joe Johnson double pumping, and Shaq Shaq just, well, hammered him, I guess the best way to put it. He took a pretty good shot there.
But I like it. I mean, because what it does is it gets you to the line. The Suns haven't been there in a while. And then it gets a foul on the biggest presence in the game, Shaquille O'Neal. And the Suns have to try and challenge and do more of that.
And so that's only the first foul on the biggest man on the planet, a guy who can just be a monster inside. And tonight with 16 points, 6 rebounds, his first foul as Joe Johnson gets both free throws. Back to an 8-point game.
It's amazing. Yeah, and it's amazing that the Suns are this close. And they've done it with really being more patient and playing better defense.
Kobe tried a 3 that time. Sean can't control it. Shaq gets the ball inside. Malone's in the paint a long time. Out it comes to George, and Devin George misses. So the Suns able to survive that onslaught. They are 1 of 7, the Lakers are, from three-point land after that last miss. Out it comes to Bosco. Marbury trying to shake Bryant. Kobe stays with him, and they're going to get a foul. That'll count. Chance for a three-point play as Kobe picks up the foul. Was that a tough shot or what?
Yeah, it was, but for Stephon, it's not. I mean, you know, we've seen this so many times, and it's one of those where no, okay. I mean, it's that type of shot, but it's a shot that he's used to shooting. If anyone else attempted that shot, we would definitely say it was a bad attempt.
It'd be no all the way. Three-point play. Now that foul on Kobe was his 3rd. 60-55. It's been a long time since the Suns have been within 5 points in this game. Malone brings it out to Kobe Bryant. They bring it into Shaq. They double Shaq into the corner to Gary Payton. Payton from the corner. George tips it up, and they're going to call a foul, a loose ball foul on Bosco. Bosco over the back. Inside position that time, and you got to give the Lakers credit for getting in there.
Yeah, and Devin George got away with a push in the back of Stephon Marbury before that play even happened. 4
fouls now on Jake Bosco. Last time the Suns were within 5, Tom Delnos, their statistician, points out. The score was 4-9. And inside, we've got a pushing foul. Shaquille O'Neal trying to position himself inside as Collins called for the foul, his 2nd.
You know, the Suns are getting a little physical, and the Lakers are going to meet it. And now the official has to make a call. And right now, so far in this quarter, the Suns have gotten the call.
Inside 9 minutes to go. The Suns are not in awe of this team right now. They're taking it right to him. There's a block by Shaq. He rejects it. Marion gets back defensively, fights for it. It's going to be off of Sean, but a great hustle effort.
Yeah, Sean got back, and that's what you have to do. Gary Payton, obviously one of the fastest players in the league, but Sean right there with him was able to get back. Steph just got too deep. On that play, whoever Shaq is guarding has to receive the basketball.
Malone's going to post up and shoot this one, and not there. Tipped outside. Joe Johnson comes over. The Suns have a different body language right now. I mean, they are aggressors on many times down the floor. Marbury the 2, and look out, here come the Suns down by 3.
Well, Stephon, he better thank Jake Bosco. I mean, because Jake Bosco set a tremendous pick on Kobe Bryant to give Steph that open shot.
8:15 in the 3rd, and the Suns within 3 points. You can see the shooting here. The Suns at 43%. George misses it. Shaq follows. Shaq can't put that one away. Back out to JJ. JJ going to penetrate inside. Kicks out to Marbury. Marbury moves inside. Hands off to Sean. And the Suns within 1.
And now it'll be interesting to see if Phil Jackson calls a timeout. Normally he will not. Most coaches will. And I think it helps the Suns that he does not call one.
And it comes to Shaquille. Shaquille trying to get this one left to short. Bosco the rebound. The fans are on their feet. The Suns have a chance to take the lead. They've outscored it 12-4 thus far in the quarter. There's Marion, and follows, can't get it. Tough break. That would have been the lead. Here's Payton coming the other way. Great frustration, but great energy, great effort right now by the Phoenix Suns. Into Karl Malone to Payton, and Bosco tried to get up and get a piece of it, could not. And Payton Pumps it back up to a three-point advantage for the Lakers.
Well, the Suns aren't going to double Karl Malone. You just can't double two guys. And so you have to be wary of him passing the basketball. And he made a great pass to Gary Payton, cutting without it.
Here's Marbury now shaking Bryant. They switch. And Marbury outside, tipped outside, and the big man comes down with it. Suns have never led in this game. They had cut it to one. Now down by 3. Feed intended for Malone. He wasn't ready for it. Good defense inside. That is the 8th turnover now against the Lakers. Suns have committed 4. Say right now, the Suns think they can win this basketball game. Early in the game, it looked like they were just kind of hanging on. Here's Marion with a floater off the glass, and it's a one-point game again.
Well, you know, the Suns are a streaky ball club, especially offensively, and the Lakers, they have allowed the Suns to get in rhythm, and it's going to be very difficult for the Lakers to stop it. The Suns just have to continue to play good defense every possession.
Payton looking in, dumps it to Shaq, deflected. Devin George goes high, and they bailed him out there because he didn't have much going for him, but they're going to have a foul. The foul is going to go on Marion. It will be his second.
Well, Devin George really had nothing going for him because he took off too soon. No way he would have gotten to the rim. And I think, you know, Amari and Sean just had to challenge him, and Devin George did the right thing. He acted and got the foul.
And he is able to rattle that one in. George getting his second straight start of the season, has 9 points in the ball game. 63-61. They're 10 of 16 from the line. Suns 7 of 7 from the stripe. And he gets both of them. Back to a three-point game. 6 minutes. We're halfway through this third quarter. Marbury with Kobe coming out. Kobe, those long arms. All defensive first team the last 5 years. Here's Marion. That'll count. And he's got a gun on the line. That's a terrific shot.
Well, I talked to Sean before the game. And, you know, I told him, I said, you know, you got to get Joe Johnson going. He said, what about me? I said, you know what? You've been around the league long enough to get yourself going. And he smiled at me, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He has gotten himself into the ball game, and he's starting to explode as the Sean we know.
And he's tied it up. Second tie of the night. Three-point play for Marion. He has 15 on the night. 5:44 to go in the third. Payton backing in on Marbury. Going to try to take him inside. Left-handed move.
I thought he had skates on. I mean, he moved from one part of the floor and only made one dribble.
What you're suggesting is he traveled with the basketball.
A little traveling.
66-64, the guys from Tinsel City. Off it comes now to Johnson, gets a screen from Amari. Johnson leaves it short. Amari tried to tip it to himself. Fought for it fast. Bosco's got it, and the Suns with another opportunity. Marbury chesting him out as Kobe Bryant. Bryant really putting some heat on him defensively. Stephon trying to shake him. 12 on the shot clock. Saved by JJ. Jump stop. Tough shot. Suns are in a little out of control a couple of times here, but you love their energy.
Well, work their way into a bad shot. No ball movement created that.
The mailman brings it out to Devin George into Shaq, and nothing you can do.
No, you're right. And good timing. They have great timing from strong to weak and back to strong again, and Shaq was able to camp in. 18
points for Shaq. Here's Marbury answering at the other end. We're in a shootout right now.
The Lakers defense has effectively broken down. And, you know, again, even though Karl Malone and Gary Payton, their bodies look good, they get tired a little bit quicker than they have in the past. And I think the Suns have gotten them to that point.
And the Suns just look like a different team. Here's Kobe Bryant weaving, getting the foul. A whirling dervish as he went inside. Eventually going to be fouled. It's going to go on Marion, and that will be his third foul of the game.
You know, he can ad-lib as well as anybody that's ever played the game. And he saw the contact, and that's what you do. Young players watching this game, you get contact, you throw that ball up at the basket. You force the official to make the call, and that's what happens.
Guy has enormous talent, so gifted. Kobe Bryant, right out of high school, and a guy who You just wonder what's going to happen with his life, whether he will survive this terrible trial that's going to unfold in Eagle, Colorado. Right now, all he's thinking about is hitting that next free throw.
That's it. And, you know, whatever happens, his life has been changed. And so it's something he's going to deal with all year, but a guy that's oblivious to any negativity. I mean, he performs when he's between the lines.
Kobe Bryant now with 9 points in the game, 70-66. Long three by Marbury. No. Marion tries to come up with it. Devin George, who touched it? George did. It'll be Suns ball. Suns will get it. And again, as you said, they were whining a lot, but didn't change this call as Marion will inbound with 24 on the shot clock.
Plenty of time. Suns need a good possession. Too
and
quick
tough
right
shot,
there.
wasn't it?
Well, it's just too quick in that, you know, they need a bucket.
But they give it back to him.
They get a break. You know, you can lose rhythm when you take quick shots. You know, when you move the ball and everybody's flowing and everything is feeling good, you want to keep that. You don't want to break off into an individual game.
What a torrid third quarter this has been. Suns have really fought. They trailed at halftime 52-47. Here's JJ, a little out of control, batted away. George comes up with it. You go inside, you better be ready because they'll take you apart. George brings it out to Kobe Bryant. Into Malone. Malone 2 times an MVP in the NBA, and we're going to have a foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Voskuhl, and Voskuhl has committed his 5th foul, Eddie.
Well, again, Jake trying to battle Shaq to the spot instead of beating him to the spot. I mean, against great post players, you have to beat them to the spot because if you try to battle them, you're going to lose it. I mean, Jake Voskuhl's giving up about 100 pounds. I mean, you know, so you really have no choice but to foul on that play.
Tom Gugliotta comes in. Voskuhl sits down, and Shaq doesn't get that one. Shaq tonight, 2 of 4 from the line. Derek Fisher comes in. Kobe Bryant will leave. Shaq had a personal trainer in the offseason. He's on a mission, proclaimed that he will have an MVP season. And who would argue? He misses both, and that's the second time in this game they've missed 2 free throws, and then the Lakers got the rebound. And it comes to Shaq, and that hurt.
You give great teams 2 opportunities, they're going to cash in. Amar'e Stoudemire did not block out Devin George on the play. You can't rely on athletic ability to get your rebounds, especially when they hit the front of the rim.
12 offensive rebounds for the Lakers, 9 second chance points. Marbury, a little crossover. Fisher all over him. Amar'e's going to take Malone in and challenges Shaq, and he couldn't even begin to see the basket. Shaq, we go. Suns with only 4 on the shot clock as we come back in, and Gugliotta tries the shot from outside, and Shaquille O'Neal the rebound. They did not get the play they had called in timeout to run that time, and Frank very frustrated as we have a foul inside.
Well, you know, the one thing that will drive a coach crazy is non-execution, and it's not to say that even if you execute, it's going to work, but he is the coach, and so he's going to be disheartened if the ball is not moved or the player that he wanted to get the ball to does not get it. And it's up to the players on the floor to make sure that they execute.
Hardaway picked up the foul, and Penny for the night with his first. The rebounds in this game are starting to become a large disparity. The Lakers have out-rebounded the Suns tonight 39-22.
But they're not giving the Suns many second opportunities on the glass. And so the Suns have relied on that over the last few years, and the Lakers just aren't letting them get to the board.
So the free throws make it 73-66. Karl Malone and Shaquille O'Neal both have double-doubles already in this ball game. We still have 2:26 to go in the third. Here's Gugliotta putting the ball on the floor against the mailman. He lost it. Out it comes now to Payton. Payton quickly up the floor. Derek Fisher from outside. Tipped out, and the Lakers come up with it. Amar'e could not control the long rebound into Shaq. Look out. It's over.
Now, the problem there is how can Shaquille O'Neal be wide open? I mean, you know, unless he just looked like he was a part of the paint. Because the guy's so huge, how can you allow him to get a layup? But the Suns did.
Boy, that is an awesome sight when he gets inside. There's Amar'e answering at the other end. Shaquille with 22 points and 10 rebounds. Amar'e Stoudemire now with 7 points. And you can see in the paint the Lakers are getting the better of that. And here's Amari, reaches around Carl and picks it up. Up it comes to Marbury. Good play by Amari Stoudemire. Out to Penny. Into Amari. Yes! Penny Hardaway with the assist.
Well, you know, Penny normally the smartest player on the floor for the Suns if he has the ball. And he was able to see Amari down low.
So the Suns are back within 5. I tell you what, they have really fought hard here in this third quarter. And it comes to Shaq. Shaq inside, can't get it over Gugliotta. Googs in, comes up with a rebound. Marbury the other way. The minute 7 to go here in the third. Here's Marbury inside. Beautifully done.
He's taking it right to Gary Payton. That's the way to slow Gary Payton down.
And back comes Fisher, and he got back behind him, and it's too easy as Fisher lays it up and in.
Gary, the Suns have to believe that the Lakers are a running team now. You know, in the past, they would walk it up, and I think the Suns are thinking that's what they'll do.
Look at Marbury. Tough shot. Rebound Shaq. Out they come, and they run it again. Devin George now to the trailing Fisher. 40 seconds left in the third. Here is George from the corner. That's a 3. And Penny Hardaway comes out with a rebound. They have a 3-on-2. Sean Marion split the defenders, left it short. Tough break for the Suns. Missed opportunity. Back it comes to Payton. The finger roll. Oh, that's like a 4-point swing.
Well, when you have Karl Malone and Shaq on the baseline, as a defender, you say, what do I do? Well, the Suns didn't stop the ball, and that's the first thing you have to do, regardless who's on the baseline. Gary Payton just went right to the rim.
Last shot here of the third quarter, 79-72. They have 3 seconds. 2. Amari outside. He hit it. And so, with 4/10 of a second, the Suns are going to find themselves down now after 3 quarters, 79-74.
Regulars in maybe a little bit more earlier than he would like. And then the Suns hopefully can take advantage of a tired team down the stretch.
Now he opens the fourth with Brian Russell and Horace Grant, who played very little in this ball game, as they rest up the big guy, Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe is in there now. Out to Fisher. Penny reaches in on him. 10 on the shot clock. Kobe backing in on Marbury. And tipped over. Marbury kept it alive and got it off to JJ. Suns with a chance to strike first here in the fourth quarter. Marbury gets a screen from Stoudemire. Brings it outside to JJ. Penny looking in with 10 on the shot clock. Amari faces up on Grant. Backs in, spins, foul. Nice play.
A good job of facing up. And that's key for Amari, because once he faces up on any defender, that defender has a problem, because they know his quickness will get him to the basket. Excellent move there.
Amari had 9 points in the third quarter. The foul on Horace Grant, the 38-year-old who has had 4 championship rings in his career, 3 with the Bulls and 1 with the Lakers. 79-75. The Suns 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Amari in the first 2 games, Eddie, was 13 of 16 from the free throw line.
Well, and if he wants to be like Karl Malone, he will have to knock down his free throws. Karl Malone's first few years, he was very bad. Amari in his second year, it started out shooting the ball very well.
79-76 LA. Colby with JJ on him. Tough shot. He hit it anyway.
It doesn't matter.
That one.
It doesn't matter who's on him. It's the type of shots you make him take. And right there, that shot is really in his range. Jay has to do a better job of pushing him further out.
Now Derek Fisher shaken up on the play. They're going to call a foul away from the ball. And it's going to go on Stoudemire, and that will be his 3rd foul. As we've said before, they've got to keep Amari on the court with now 10:50 left in the game. Here's Fisher into the corner out of Arkansas Little Rock. Brings it off now to Devin George. Hardaway on him. George trying to back him down, change the shot, and they're going to call a foul on Penny. Body contact as he went up that time. I think Devin George looks like a different player to me this year.
Well, you know, he does. This is the breaking year for him. They have given him many opportunities to get consistent minutes, and I think he understands the pressure he's under, because Rick Fox, out with an injury, won't be back probably till next year sometime near the end of the season. This guy has to step forward, and he sees an opportunity, and he's gotten off to a great start.
Had some ankle problems last year that kind of slowed his progress, and he gets both free throws. 83-76. They are now 16 of 25 for the free throw line. 10.5 minutes to go. Suns next game at Utah, and then Friday the Memphis Grizzlies will come here. We'll be bringing you that ball game. Out it comes now to Marbury. Marbury into the corner. Penny Hardaway. Yes, a three. Fulton Holmes proud to own the three-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities on the three by Penny. 10 minutes to go. 4-point game. And a leaner by Colby being very creative. They called another foul on Penny Hardaway. He really uses his body well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. But, you know, Violet Palmer, a very good official. But what I don't like about this call is Kobe gave Penny the fake, and really it was no contact. Kobe Bryant made the contact after Penny had gotten back on his feet, which tells me that's a no call. If anything, call an offensive foul on Kobe Bryant for drawing the contact.
So Bryant goes to the line. He is 3 of 4 from the stripe, and it rattles out. I tell you what, they're having quite a discussion. Penny Hardaway's talking over at our near side with Tom Washington, one of the officials. They're working the officials right now. Bryant's second free throw rattles in, and it's back to a 5-point lead. 10 minutes to go. A lot of basketball left yet. Marbury, look at Fisher. Fisher just bounces bodies off of him. I tell you, he is a scrappy little guy. JJ now trying to move in, and there's Brian Russell trying to draw the foul. Tough shot. He shot it from his hip that time, and it's going to be Laker ball.
You know, the Suns trying to do, I think, too much off the dribble, and a lot of times they get caught up in that, whereas they're not using screens to free people up. They're just using off the dribble. Well, again, this Laker team is very good defending off the dribble, and the Suns, to me, playing right into their hands.
George outside at the 9:33 mark. Casey Jacobson in the lineup as a shot by Kobe outside, tracked down by Marbury. Marbury with 22 points and 10 assists in the game. Into the corner. Casey needs a three. Didn't get it. Rebound is cleared by Kobe Bryant. Casey's been working hard on his shooting. Changed his form during the offseason. Baseline, it comes to Kobe. Kobe's kind of trying to take over this game a little bit now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, this is the time for him to do it, and the Suns defended him pretty well.
Brian Russell missing from outside. Russell coming over from the Washington Wizards as a free agent after spending the majority of his career with the Utah Jazz. Here's Casey trying to take Devin George inside, deflected out by Brian Russell. Suns will have it with 10 on the shot clock.
Well, teams, but and Toronto struggling in Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a tough loss against New Jersey.
Yes, and I want to tell you what, Minnesota's reloaded, to say the very least. And
New Orleans playing well.
Yeah, Tim Floyd, the new coach. 11 new coaches in the league. And the Suns turned it over after we came back into play, and the Suns now with 8 turnovers, and here come the Lakers back the other way. Kobe Bryant picked up by Casey Jacobson. Into Horace Grant, the veteran out of Clemson. Here's Fisher pulling up and hitting.
Well, nice ball fake. I mean, Joe Johnson could do nothing but bite on it. Derek Fisher, known to shoot the ball right away, got Joe up in the air.
Fisher with 10 points in the ball game. 7th-year man. First-round pick at 96 for the Lakers. Jacobson trying to shake George. George stuck tough with him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. JJ inside. Nice move. Beautiful penetrating move by JJ.
Well, Joe navigated his way in, but still, I still believe too much dribbling to get your shots. I mean, too much energy.
And Amari fronting. Horace Grant almost pulled off the steal. 5-point game. Fisher picked up by Marbury. Inside to Kobe. A reach in by Penny. Can't dig it out, but Amari comes down to the rebound. Suns with a chance to climb closer. Marbury goes inside. He got by him, but missed the shot. Tough break.
The basket was shaking. I don't know if Horace Grant hit it beforehand or whatever, but it is still moving.
It is. And he was able to surprise him. He got back in the baseline area and got inside on him. Inside it goes to Grant. Tries the left hand. Good defense by Amari Stoudemire.
And no fouls being called right now. The officials are allowing both teams to play as they should.
Sean Marion to Shaquille O'Neal getting ready to come into the ball game. Penny down the middle. It'll go. And a chance for a three-point play. Suns within 3, could be 2. Here comes Shaq Mann and Shawn Marion into the lineup.
Penny Hardaway, I mean, using a good screen. Amari Stoudemire setting a screen. I don't know if he knew he was setting it, but all of a sudden, Derek Fisher, known to flop,
yes,
fell to the floor and did not get the call.
I was going to bring that up. Derek Fisher's one of the all-time floppers.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about it. But you know what? I think if you were coaching, you'd love to have him.
As long as he's not in that right color uniform, you don't like him, right? And so the three-point play, and it's a two-point game. Boy, if the Suns could find a way to win this, that would be something special. 7 minutes left to go. Here's Kobe using the screen from Devin George, trying to create, does to Fisher. Fisher backs out for 3 and hit it. This guy really has no fear.
As I stated, I think he will be up there in terms of 6th man of the year, but Suns defended it well. I mean, Kobe didn't get the shot, and you made Fisher take a 3.
Shawn Marion dumps it off to Amari. Amari having trouble with the handle, and Brian Russell comes with it. It's stolen back by Joe Johnson. 6.5 minutes to go. Here's Marion face up. No. Boy, the Suns needed that one. And Kobe finally tracks it down in the corner, so missed opportunity there. 6:21 to go. The crowd really into this. I mean, there is great emotion here at the Purple Palace. And there's Shaq. And Frank Johnson not happy about that play. Makes it 91-84.
Well, what he's saying is it's the 4th quarter. If you're not in foul trouble, grab him. I mean, send him to the free throw line.
Shaq with 20 points. Here's Joe Johnson having trouble with the handle. Gets it off to Marion. A leaner. No. Tipped up. No. Shaq comes down. Off to Kobe. Kobe inside against Marbury. They swing it. Fisher's got the hot hand. Not this time. Rebound is cleared by Joe Johnson. Johnson ahead to Amari. Amari's going to challenge Shaq, and we're going to have a blocking foul on the big guy. A foul on Shaquille O'Neal. And Amari gasping for breath. Everybody right now is really sucking wind. This is a fast-paced game.
Yeah, that's some acts so far tonight. Jake Vosco starting it off, hanging around the rim, and then Penny Hardaway showing he has some lift, and Shawn flushing it on 3 Lakers, and then, well, we've seen this.
He's had another monster game. 24 points, 12 rebounds, 11 of 18 from the field. He's played 33 minutes. 5.5 left to go in this one. 91-84 Lakers. Marbury with Fisher all over, and Fisher's really played well down the stretch. Out it comes to Penny Hardaway. Hardaway with a 3. Yes, he hit it. Boy, is that big. That is a big shot in this game.
Well, with pressure. I mean, Gary Payton right there.
91-87. 4-point game. Penny with 15 points in 24 minutes tonight. Really played a very heady game. Off it comes to Bryant with 10 on the shot clock. Kobe kicks it outside out of Payton with a 3. Left it short, but a rebound by Malone, and they get a second chance. Kobe into Malone, and a reach-in foul. And a pretty good foul, really, by Penny Hardaway. Because Malone was going to hammer that one in.
Well, there's Penny, and I mean, that's good deep. I mean, Gary Payton right there. And yeah, when Penny is feeling good on his shot, I mean, he can get it off on anyone. And he has been very effective.
Yes, he has. Played by far his best game of this young season as Malone will go to the line. Malone is 3 of 6 from the free throw line. A double-double with 11 points and 11 rebounds. Hey, want to say hello to a young lady, Tom Delnos' mother, Norma Delnos, who celebrated her 86th birthday today. As bad as Tom looks, I thought she must be a lot older, didn't you? Here's Malone now with his second free throw. I can say that, but you better leave him. He doesn't pay attention to me. 93-87, 2 free throws by Malone. Inside 5. Look at this. Offensive rebounds and second chance points. That's the 2 statistics that have really been the difference in this game. Marbury inside, and he puts it in, and it's back to a 4-point game. Marbury with 24 points tonight and 11 assists.
Well, they need to stop. And you know where they're going. They're going to Karl Malone or Shaquille O'Neal.
And it comes now to Malone. Malone, that's that shot he's hit for so many years. Didn't do it that time. Shaq kind of roughed up Bosco and commits a foul. That was kind of a frustration foul, wasn't it?
I see the sheriffs coming in right now because that was assault. You know, and Jake did a very good job of blocking him out and got to the rebound. And, you know, I guess Shaq made up his mind he wanted it. And once he didn't get it, he tried to take some of Jake Bosco's head along with him.
Yeah, he got his money's worth there, I'll say that. So it's his birthday today. That's not the way to treat a birthday boy. 26 years old today is Jake Bosco. Off it comes now to Penny. Penny off to Bosco. Bosco's going to go in against Shaq again. Shaq got him again. That's 2 in a row, 5 for the game.
And I like that. You know, Jake Bosco could have bailed out and taken a little short jump shot. But knowing that Shaquille O'Neal had 4 fouls, he went right at him. And as a coach, Frank Johnson has to be happy about that because that's a smart basketball play. And now Jake just has to knock down the 2 free throws.
Well, you know that Jake will never back down. Now, he has struggled a little bit at the free throw line here in the early season. He rattled that one in. He was 6 of 10 from the line at the start of the night, but he got that one, and he can cut this now to a 2-point game.
Well, defense the last few possessions have enabled the Suns to get right back in it. Lakers seem to always push them back. But if the Suns came into this game tonight and said, you know what, you're down 2 with 4 minutes to go, would you take it? Yes, they would.
And some toughness by Bosco at both ends of the floor, and all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Out it comes down to Malone. Kobe dumps it inside now to the Shaq man. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Devin George with the 2. Rebound, Bosco. He goes up and ripped it away from Malone.
Well, Jake Bosco playing strong.
Wow, was that impressive. Here's Marion, left it short, tries to get his own rebound. Shaq had a piece of it, touched last by Marion. Shaq now, remember, is playing with 5 fouls.
Well, Sean did opposite of what Jake did and was effective. On this end, the rebound by Jake. Sean didn't take it to Shaq. He tried to shoot over the top of him.
I tell you what, the Suns are coming right at him nose to nose in this one. 2-point game. Off it comes to O'Neal. O'Neal, a little jump hook, not there. Rebound, Sean Marion. The Suns can tie or take the lead. What a game this is.
The Lakers are stagnated right now. I mean, they can't find the rim, and the Suns have to take advantage of them while they can.
Marbury gets a screen from Bosco. They kick it into the corner. Joe Johnson, the 3. Yes! Yes! And the Suns have the lead for the first time tonight. 94-93.
Excellent ball movement by Penny Hardaway. He had the open shot. He did not take it. He saw Joe Johnson to his left, kicked it to him, and knocked it in. That's long to get it, and good ball movement got Joe Johnson the good look. Penny Hardaway, as I stated, could have taken the shot, but he moved the ball over. Joe Johnson in rhythm and knocked it down.
I tell you what, for a guy that had been really struggling in the first 2 games, shooting the ball, 5 of 22, he's hit a lot of big shots, and look what he's done for 3-point land.
Yeah, well, you know, he's been patient, and he hasn't tried to force too many opportunities. You know, we have to remember Joe Johnson's still a very young player, and he's stepping in front of an all-NBA performer in Penny Hardaway. The pressure has been there, but not tonight.
And so the Lakers trailing for the first time of the game. 2:53 left in it. Malone will bring it out to Kobe. Penny in his face. Back it comes into Shaq. 7 on the shot clock. Malone from outside, and that's the reason this guy has been a 14-time All-Star.
And, you know, it makes it so difficult to double down on Shaquille O'Neal because Karl Malone will be the guy that's open on the elbow for the shot, and that's where he makes his living.
And in it comes to Marbury, tried to change it, had to kick it outside instead. Marion, no. Rebound clear by Kobe Bryant. And Sean Marion tonight is 6 of 20 from the field.
Yeah, not on target and had a good look, but hesitated a little bit, and that's not him.
Marion going for the steal on Devin George. They're taking some time off the clock here with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Payton backing in, kicks it out to Malone again. Malone wants another shot, and he's going to get the foul. They've got so many go-to guys, and Malone is one of those. And right now, he is trying to make big play after big play. And that shot he made a moment ago was huge as Marbury picked up the foul. It's a non-shooting foul. Second foul on Marbury. There are 4 team fouls against the Suns. The Lakers over the limit. And 2 minutes left to go. In it comes to Kobe. Kobe baseline, Penny in his face, threw it away. Good defense by Penny Hardaway. Marion almost didn't see the ball. And he tracks it down. Frank Johnson running out to center court. Here's Marbury, the 3. No. Rebound is cleared by Payton. Boy, that would have been huge.
It would have been. He had the good look. It was halfway down.
Here's Malone posting up on Johnson's going to take J.J. inside, and he commits a foul. It's a tough matchup right now for Joe Johnson.
Well, and this is the advantage that the Lakers are going to have this year over what they had last year, meaning down the stretch, it was either Kobe and Shaq. Now, the Lakers knew if you threw it to Shaq, teams would foul, send him to the line, not a good free throw shooter. Well, what they'll do this year is they'll go to Karl. And Karl's a very good free throw shooter. So that really puts the opponent in a tough situation.
Well, this guy wants a ring, and he looks like he is going to do everything in his power to make it happen as he got the first free throw. Shaq comes out now. Interesting that they take Shaq out. Derek Fisher coming into the ball game.
Well, again, like I just stated, it's because of the teams wanting to foul, and also he's out because the Suns have gone small. And so now Karl Malone will guard Jake Vosco, and now they can match up a little bit better offensively.
Okay, Malone has been big down the stretch. He hit both free throws, 97-94.
And everyone expected him to knock it down because we're so used to Stephon knocking down big shots. I mean, he did it in the prior game against Cleveland, and the good look, no one on him. And normally that goes. Great rhythm, great rotation, great arc, but the rim was not kind.
A minute 32 to go. The Suns trail by 3. Neither team with any fouls to give. A minute 26. Up it comes now to Penny. Shaq is back in to play defense. Here is Joe Johnson with 3. And he hits another huge 3. We're tied at 97.
Well, that was huge. That was big. Now, a stop. A stop is in order here. You know where they're going. Okay, Karl Malone is not in the game. It's going to go down to Shaq.
J.J. is 4 of 5 behind the arc here tonight, and none bigger than that one. Here is Kobe, fouled by Penny Hardaway as they're over the team foul limit.
Penny penetrating deep enough to draw Fisher. And then Joe Johnson, a good look.
Kobe Bryant, 4 of 6 from the line here tonight. He can break the tie at the 106 mark. You know, for a guy, they're going to watch his minutes. He's played 36 minutes here tonight.
Well, you know, I kind of laughed with Kurt Rambis before the game. He was saying, well, we're going to limit his minutes. I said, yeah, you're going to limit his minutes based on how he shoots the ball and how he plays. But eventually you're going to play him because you want to win, and that's exactly what they've done.
He hit both of them. It's a 2-point game. We go inside, a minute to go. Marbury splits the defenders. Off to Marion. Marion floats. Doesn't get it. Rebound tipped over to Devin Jarrett. Off it comes now to Kobe Bryant.
Well, the Suns don't need to foul. They need to stop. I mean, this is the biggest stop of the game for them right now. They're going to call it shape. And, you know, if he's in shape and he's healthy, then he's the best player on the planet. And that's going to happen every year that he puts a uniform on because he can gain.
Feuds go away as you look now at the timeouts left. No fouls to give. The feuds go away when you win. And here's Malone inside, lost it. He turned it over. Out it comes to Marbury. Suns down by a pair. Marion lost the handle and saved somehow by Penny. Penny off it comes to J.J. J.J. driving in, floats. In and out, tough shot. Devin George with the rebound, and the
Suns must foul.
Got to get up and foul him right away. Frank Johnson asking them to do that. Penny runs up and grabs hold of Gary Payton. I'll tell you, so close, but so far.
So close, but and Joe Johnson got a good shot. I'm not going to complain about that. But the Suns have to learn and understand. Now, see, he could have got a foul. He avoided Shaquille O'Neal. If he had taken it to Shaquille O'Neal, he might have gotten to the free throw line. And that's where maturity will set in with this team sooner or later. You have to get to the foul line to make it a definite opportunity to get yourself back in the game instead of relying on knocking a field goal down. And the Suns had that opportunity.
I tell you what the Suns have done here tonight. They've proved something to themselves. They're playing as good a team as there is in the NBA, and they have fought them to the bitter end here. You don't get moral victories, I guess, Eddie, but you do learn about yourself, right?
You learn, especially early in the year. So, yeah, if you were saying after the All-Star break, I would say, yeah, you're right. Moral victories don't count. But this is early in the year. All the teams that play the Lakers right now are going to try to measure themselves on how they can compete with them, because they do have a devastating lineup. But the Suns have been here before. They fight and they compete. That's what they've done the last 2 years, so this does not surprise me.
Now, this is a big free throw. 197. It'll be 2 trips down the floor if he hits this. Penny Hardaway fouled out of the ball game. Hardaway with a strong game tonight, 15 points. This makes 2 trips now as it's a 4-point lead. Stoudemire, Marbury, and JJ. Off it comes to Marbury. Marbury going to try to score quickly. Goes in. Can't get it. He's fouled. Kobe Bryant fouled him. That'll send Stephon to the line with 12 seconds left. Boy, if that had gone in.
Yeah, but the key is he got to the line. And you're right. If it had gone in, it would have been a bonus. But now, knock down the 2 free throws. Set your defense. The Lakers might call timeout just to get Shaq out of there so he will not touch the basketball.
And Marbury gets the free throw, 101-98. Stephon with 25 points, 2 of 2 from the line. Here comes the mailman back in. Now they get Shaq out of there to avoid the free throw problem.
So they will not call a timeout. They're going to try to get the ball in. And you don't want Gary Payton or Kobe Bryant to get the basketball.
And Stephon got them both. It's not over yet. A 2-point game. 12 seconds left. Suns going to try to get the steal. Timeout. There's Devin George trying to find somebody open. Gets it to Kobe. Fouled instantly by Shawn Marion. And Kobe Bryant, who hit a couple of free throws just a moment ago, will go to the line. He's missed 2 tonight. He's 6 of 8.
Well, they only need him to miss 1. I mean, then that makes it a 1-possession game. You know, his goal is to make it a 2-possession game.
Time, you see it, 10.9 seconds. Crowd on their feet. I tell you, this crowd has been vocal here tonight. Been a great crowd. And he got the first one. Now this is the big free throw right here.
Well, he's been teetering all night on his free throws. I mean, I've never seen him hit the rim as many times as he has so far in this game. So hopefully the averages are with the Suns right now, and he might miss this one.
And he did. You talked him into it. Timeout, Phoenix. Good job, Eddie.
I guess I should go play the lottery.
10.3 seconds. Suns down by 3 to Marbury. Off it comes to Amari. Amari with the 3. It doesn't go. Marion puts it up. And the rebound by Malone. And they're going to foul him. And the 2.3 seconds left. I wonder in a way, well, Shawn didn't kick that back out and set up a 3.
He should have. And Casey Jacobson wasn't demonstrative enough. I mean, he was standing behind him at the 3, but it looks to me he didn't say anything. You know, and hopefully we can get it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know Amari hit one last year in the playoffs, but he should not be taking that. But behind Shawn Marion, and I hope we can catch it, is Casey Jacobson wide open. And I don't know if he hollered to him or what have you, but he was wide open for the shot. But again, when that clock is running down, Gary, sometimes you lose your mind a little bit, and the Suns did on that possession.
So Malone at the line again, and Karl Malone has hit 8 of 11. The guy just homesteads at the free throw line. We've seen this so many years in Utah, and here he is doing it with the Lakers as well.
He hated to be fouled his first 2 years. I mean, he just hated it, and he got better at it, and an excellent free throw shooter.
He missed it. And now 103-99 takes 2 trips and no time left. And the Suns have lost a gut-wrenching game here. But